Languages and English CELTA course at London School of Languages. Since the first courses in the late 80s, CELTA has become one of the most internationally prestigious qualifications for teaching English, and is one which will enable you to get a teaching job anywhere in the world.
At London School of Languages, we have been delivering courses at our teacher training center in San Sebastian, northern Spain, since 2014. And we are proud to say that we have trained over 250 teachers so far.
In this video, we're going to give you some more information about the course, the facilities in our centre, the beautiful city of San Sebastian, options after finishing the course, and how to apply. We'll also hear from some of our past trainees who are now fully fledged teachers.
The CELTA course is an official teacher training qualification, which is recognised around the world. You can either take the course on a full-time or a part-time basis. The full-time course lasts 4 weeks and the part-time course is run over 20 weeks. In order to be considered for the course, you have to demonstrate a high C1 or C2 level of English and will be evaluated on your suitability for the course through an interview with one of our tutors, along with a short pre-course task. The course itself is extremely practical in nature, and you'll be teaching in a real classroom with real students from the very start of the course. You do not have to have any prior teaching experience to complete the course. However, it's also very beneficial for people who have already been teaching in some capacity without a qualification. With 120 contact hours and around 80 hours of self-study, it goes without saying that this is an intensive course, especially when completed on a full-time basis, but one which is incredibly effective. Teachers finish the course with significantly increased confidence and knowledge, ready to embark on their English teaching careers straight away.
We run our CELTA courses at our teacher training center in San Sebastian, Spain. As well as a training center, it is also a working language school, and as such, our classrooms are fully equipped for the day-to-day teaching of English. Here, you have access to our library of teaching methodology books, as well as printing facilities and technology support from our very helpful administrative staff. During the pandemic, we take the health and safety of our CELTA trainees very seriously. Having successfully completed a face-to-face course in August 2020, we have put measures in place so that the course can be completed in person, strictly following all the local guidelines. As well as wearing a mask at all times whilst on site, we have limited the number of students in the teaching practice classes and have classrooms of up to 42 square meters, so that there is plenty of distance maintained between the teacher and the students. After each class, the areas are disinfected and the utmost care is taken by your staff throughout the course to limit the risk of any infection.
Without doubt, one of the best things about completing the CELTA course in San Sebastian is the city itself. It boasts 3 sandy beaches, one of which is the gorgeous beach of La Concha. Donosti, its name in the local Basque language, is a vibrant city with strong Basque cultural heritage. It's famous for its gastronomy, so you won't be short of places to eat and drink. Pinchos are small bite-sized portions of food, often on bread, which are very popular here in the bars. You should also try out the 2 very traditional local drinks of sidra, a still cider, and chacoli, a sparkling white wine. In terms of accommodation, we help provide trainees with accommodation, usually with local host families for the duration of the course. These are individual rooms with space to study and access to cooking and washing facilities, just a short walk or bus ride away from the centre. In the summer months, accommodation costs around €500, including all bills and Wi-Fi. We will ask you about accommodation requirements at the pre-course interview.
So, what do our ex-trainees have to say about completing their CELTA course here with us at London School of Languages?
It seemed to me that this academy was a bit of a reference, and this is why I applied for the course.
I decided now at the time I should get certified, get qualified, and from the whole Basque country, and maybe I would say even the northern Spain, the center which offered the best options was London School of Languages, so I decided to apply for it.
Just thinking about the way I started to, when I finished, it was a big jump, and reflecting back was really, to me, really rewarding.
Just the teaching experience of like meeting new people and seeing them develop like their English speaking skills that I really enjoyed seeing that I could help in that way.
Has to be the feedback you get in any of the activities that you do, whether it's assignments or teaching practice. You get assessed in everything you do, and I think that's just great.
The most rewarding thing was all the techniques and all the points that we could apply to our teaching. So because we were teaching from the first week, we had very specific points that we could use in a real classroom.
To me, it's been a learning process, on really knowing exactly how the language is structured, and then also how to teach it at the same time. And the way to overcome that is just, learning, asking your tutors for help.
Probably deadlines and lesson plannings. Lesson plan was quite tough. Sometimes I had to stay up till late, and that was difficult the next day to teach a lesson without having slept that much. But yeah, I've always got good advice from the trainers.
I found it quite difficult speaking in front of people, but with time, by the end of the course, definitely, well, I personally felt more and more comfortable doing that.
Many challenges, but because it's a really stressful course, it's a really demanding course, that's the only thing you were going to do for that month. You improve on the go. From every teaching practice, you do things that the previous teaching practice you didn't do, and adapting to that can be quite challenging, but the rewards are just great.
At the beginning, I felt quite unconfident about my own teaching, so I wasn't sure whether I had the ability or the skills to teach, but because, again, we were teaching from, I think it was the third day, I could overcome that just by practicing. So with all the practice, by the end of the course, I felt much more confident.
Oh, do it. It's a great decision once you make it, and a good investment.
I would say to do it, definitely. First of all, it gives you a good qualification that you can work in academies or teach English all over the world, and also I think that you can learn a lot of good skills that you can then apply to your teaching.
I would say that just go for it. If you think you have any sort of a chance in teaching English as a second language, I think this is the right path to do it. Get qualified, get certified, and this certification is just amazing in regards of all the tools at your disposal that you will have at the end of the course.
As I said before, I think, and now I know that London School is more of a reference for teacher training. And not only for the CELTA course, to do the CELTA course, but also after the CELTA course, all the different webinars, sessions, Saturday sessions.
Yeah, I thought that the teaching quality was wonderful. It was a very organised course as well. And obviously the location here is great as well. Donosti is a beautiful city. And so I'd recommend doing it here.
The location, San Sebastian, Donosti is a great city, near the beach, near the mountain. You can do a lot of things. It's really easy to commute here. It's really easy to move around the city. Plus the center is great. You get everything you need, all the help you need from the staff, and the input you get for all the information you need, and all the, like I said, the tools at your disposal, the help from the rest of the teachers, and well, the amount of things you learn is just amazing. So I would totally recommend to anyone to come over here and just do it.
I really liked the trainers in the course. They were really helpful during the entire month, and also they have so much knowledge on techniques we can use in class, how to teach different group ages, and also about grammar, which sometimes can be a bit difficult. They were really helpful in all those senses, so it was much easier to acquire all the knowledge we needed to become teachers. I felt very, very safe because we were always wearing masks, we were keeping our distances, so I didn't really find any problem or any concern about it, so it was like a normal course. We had masks on, we had the sanitizer as well, we have distances. The groups were smaller as well, so we were like, I think 7 or 8 students per group. And then when one of us was teaching, it was only the actual students and the teacher, and then we had like a camera in a different class.
After the course, there are countless options for employment and further teacher development. The vast majority of our CELTA trainees go on to obtain teaching positions directly after the course, and some even stay and teach in one of our 4 centers. We provide teachers with an informative session at the end of the course about finding work and looking for teaching jobs in the Basque Country, Spain, and beyond. With the CELTA qualification, the teaching world really is your oyster.
In order to apply for the course, you must complete the online application form on our website. After receiving the form, one of our tutors will get in touch about the pre-interview task and the interview, which can be conducted in person at our centre or online. If you have any further questions about the course itself, please contact us by email or through the contact function on our website.